What's up, guys? So today I'm kind of doing that new thing where I do commentaries on the wedding videos that we have on my YouTube channel, where I kind of go over some questions and just talk about what happened during the day. It's just a conversation that I have basically with myself, just like a director commentary on the wedding films. I said I was going to do this one later, but I'm sitting here and I might as well just do it now. So I'm going to do it now. If you guys have any questions or topics that you guys want me to cover about wedding day stuff or just anything, leave comments on this one and I'll go over it in like the next one that I do. Yeah, and if you enjoy these, let me know also. Just let me know what you guys think about these videos. I'm trying them out. So let's jump right into it. This one is a, did this wedding in the Florida Keys. But you know, let me look at some comments first and see if there's any questions here that I can go over. You know, just thank you guys for all the positive comments. I love it. It just kind of emphasizes that we're doing a good job, and hopefully our couples notice that too. And are you using Eternal Profile? Any LUTs? Beautiful work. We use the standard profile. Dynamic range is great on the XT3. I just said this like 5 minutes ago on the other video, but any LUTs, we do use some LUTs, but they're all, it's just, look at your style. We use LUTs at like 10-15% just to like give it like a color boost that's just not there. But the XT3 does a great job anyways. We just like a little stylistic, artistic, whatever you want to call it. But just look them up. Just Google LUT and you'll find them. Color's incredible. Thank you. Should I turn a profile? Did you use that again? Nope, standard profile. Let's see. Did you use a gimbal? Yes, I use this. For this one, I used the Zion Crane. Now we switched over back to the Ronin. I used to use the Ronin a long time ago with the Sony, but for some reason I stopped. And we're back using the Ronin again, and now I have the cage thing for it, so I hold it and I can put it down, whatever. Just having two hands on the gimbal is a lot smoother, and the footage looks a lot better. But in this case, this one was the Zion Crane with a 50mm. All right, let me see low light adverse effects. Again, you know, when it gets dark and it's a reception time, we use the Sony mixed with the XT3. All the different colors, you know, let the cameras blend a lot easier. So I don't really mind like messed up skin tones during the reception because you know you never have perfect skin tones anyways for a reception. So let's just start off with the video, right? You see drone shots here. These are actually done, so Key West, between Miami and Key West is like a almost 3 to 4 hour drive. But Key West itself is like a no-fly zone. There's like a huge military, like naval air base there. You're not allowed to fly a drone basically anywhere on the island. And you can't even like authenticate it or anything. It's just like, no, you cannot take off at all. Yeah, so what we ended up doing was just driving on the way back to Miami. We just stopped like an hour outside of Key West and just got drone shots of what you consider the Florida Keys, not Key West, and you have these. You know? So yeah, that shot. This is where the bride got ready. I really love the colors and just the contrast and the light hitting the leaves. It looks amazing. I don't think we were allowed up here. This was like the second story of her room that she got ready in. But we hung the dress up there. I love the light coming through the window. We actually waited like almost an hour before we got the shot after hanging it up, just so that we could get that light coming through, because if not, there was no light hitting the dress. But then, I don't know, I like the light hitting the dress and it looks really nice. The photographer didn't like the light hitting the dress, but I don't know. Sorry. Again, just having that contrast there, like the edges are black, like you can even see where the line like hits the dress here. I love it. Let's see. Just these shots done on the Canon 35mm. Nothing crazy about these shots. I just, you know, the background's blown out. I like them. I'm not a huge fan, but yeah, it'll do. These shots were done like after she got her dress on, but you can't see that, so I just mixed it in. But the lighting in the middle of the room looked amazing, and just this shot, you know, here, the crispiness of the XT3 was insane. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks really nice. My business partner filmed all these shots at the groom's place. Again, just have the groom next to the window. Looks amazing, you know, exposed for him properly. And you get really nice shots, you know, 4K 60 frames a second with just some like body movement, like rocking back and forth. And you get this. You know, I don't even think there's any warp stabilizer on these shots. They look nice. Again, just some more drone shots in the middle of the keys somewhere. You know, just again, most of these shots have like that rocking movement at 60 frames a second back and forth. And, you know, lenses, we use lenses that have IS, and yeah, you get that. The 4K 60 on the XT3 is insane. This shot blew me away with the skin tones. I don't know, I don't care what you say, like, there's no way to get this shot on a Sony. There's no way. Like, this looks amazing. And then that, like, look at that. Do you see this? Do you see how nice that skin looks? Again, just little details. Out by the water. This is on the a slider. Again, the slider with the 11 to 16 millimeter lens, very wide, and you get this. There's no IS, but it's fine. So the edges are slightly shaking, but you don't notice it. More details, again, just details on the 35 millimeter, the gimbal with the 50 millimeter. Again, man, the gimbal using with the 50 millimeter is really difficult, especially with no IS. So we switched over to the Ronin, and we got the 23 millimeter now, and I've been loving that one. I'm using the 23 millimeter right now to film me talking, but yeah, this lens is really nice. Just more shots again, all 50 millimeter. For the dog walking, this shot I just quickly grabbed the camera and flipped the gimbal upside down and then just put it down, and I just walked with the dog for a split second. That's like the only 3 seconds of the shot that's usable. Everything else was just like shaky and crazy. Again, hey, look at that guy. Look at that guy.
I now happily declare you husband and wife, Mr. and
Yeah, I mean, it's just good footage. You know, some gimbal shots. Then I have the XT3s out in the corners, on the sides, with 85 millimeters, and you get this. And of course, that's just the gimbal with the 50 millimeter on it. And then again, we'll probably have the exit here with the 50 millimeter. Let's see. Yep, that's that. You can see the shakiness, but I mean, what can you do? Like, it's a 50, it's almost an 85 millimeter. Now this field is right next to the ceremony, just out, like, literally at like, almost the southernmost point of the United States. And there's just a random field with boats in the back. It looks amazing. Again, you see the shakiness moving up and down with the 50, but, I mean, what can I do? The sun ended up being, like, perfect timing for the sunset. You know, the lens flares that you see are just all in camera. I think that's like the 85 millimeter. Just great silhouettes. I love it. I think this shot was handheld on the 35. Yeah, because I had the gimbal in one hand, then I had the other camera with these little things, like the little these things, like strapped over my shoulder. So I'd put the gimbal down, then just grab this camera off the side, and I had that on with the 35 millimeter. And I got this shot, just I'm walking, just kind of crouch down and get it, you know. Then yeah, we just go into the reception, 50 millimeter, just staying out of the way. Then we mix that with some Sony stuff. You can see the XT3 kind of struggling in these shots. It's very noisy. I think we used like the noise reduction for these. But they look great. You know, the colors are nice. You know, I really love, where was it? this shot. This is just 11 to 16 millimeter, but it's just really simple and sets up the whole wedding. And then of course, if your couple says, hey, did you film that? It's like, well, it has to be in this shot, right? And again, just the lights were on point. And just threw in some, that wide angle there. Snowball dancing. We knew they had an exit. The exit was coming up at the end of the night, and just that's kind of what we were like stressing over, because it was going to be pitch black and they weren't doing sparklers because sparklers weren't allowed at that venue. So they had like little like light up like things. I don't know what they were. Those, and that's like as bright as we could make it without making it look really, really bad. And that is XT3 low light, and it looks fine. You know, again, I think the Sony would have been a lot better for that, but we're testing out the cameras, and I think the XT3 looked great. Again, I really don't feel like I'm going over that much, but please leave comments, leave questions. I'll even make a video of like a Q&A with all the questions if I receive some. But please let me know what you guys think of these. If I shouldn't make any more, just say, yo, don't make any more of these videos, they suck. But just let me know. I'm trying something new here. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.